Scuf or Battle Beaver? Which is the best controller for you? Hopefully today I can help you find that answer, because I own one of each. I have a Scuf controller here and a Battle Beaver controller right here, and I've used them both pretty extensively, and I'm going to share everything with you. The pros, the cons, how long they lasted, all of that. Now, considering I have one of each, this means one of them doesn't work well anymore, because I don't just have Scufs and Battle Beavers laying around. These are pretty expensive controllers. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the first one of the two that I bought, the Scuf Impact. Here is the controller right here. I got like the Damascus style on top of it. The price of this controller was $189, and after tax and shipping it came out to $204. I bought this on July 3rd of 2023. So just about a year ago at this point, and I received it on July 14th. So the shipping time's pretty good, about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. And I didn't really add any modifications to it. I did get some pro triggers, which were $2 each. I don't really remember what that is because they feel like normal triggers. So on my order, that was listed as a cost. And then I got the Impact grip, which was a $17 add-on. It's this grip back here. And those are the only add-ons I have. Other than that, this controller comes like this with the 4 paddles, which are pretty nice. All the paddles still work, and you can't change what they're set to unless you buy another piece, which is like $8 or $9, and then you attach it to here, and then you're able to change it. I have never done it, that's why I can't explain it very well. But I did have some issues with this controller, and that's why I ended up buying a second controller, and those issues came with the joysticks. And not just one, both joysticks. Now, this one here is a little bit damaged. That ripped just from playing. And you know, that's normal wear and tear, so I bought some Control Freaks and I covered it up. But yeah, that ripped. These are the stock grips that come on your Scuf when you order it. But if you hold a controller like this, if you're playing Call of Duty, is your sprint button. This is your aim button. On the sprint side of things is when the problems first started happening. Whenever I try to sprint now, even if I gotta push forward like this, it will start sprinting, then stop sprinting, then start, then stop. And it just kind of like glitches out a lot of the times. And I don't really know what that issue is. I've messed with dead zones and I've done all that, and it's just still happens. And then with this one, this is the one that you aim with. I do a lot of sniping, so I started to notice this, especially when I was scoped in. It's weird too. I've never experienced this, but whenever I would do just the slightest movement, it would move the opposite direction, and it wouldn't just like move, it would kind of like glitch. So I'd try to aim to my right a little bit and it would glitch to the left a little bit. And it was only really with the small movements. If I moved it big, it would never just do a big, glitch to the left. It was only if I just barely touched it. So when you're aimed in with a sniper, you definitely notice it. You try to go to the right and it like kind of just snaps to the left. I never experienced that before, but it's definitely there, and it makes it hard to aim when you can't sprint, and when you're just trying to move your scope a little bit, it's like glitching on you. So I ended up biting the bullet and I bought another controller. And after some research, instead of getting another Scuf, because I really do love the back buttons, I think they're great, but I went with the Battle Beaver instead of a Scuf.
This video is sponsored by
the new Torn Essentials collection. It has 3 t-shirt designs: the Torn Basic Tee, the Torn Box Tee, and the Torn Floral Tee. You have 3 different colors of every single t-shirt, as well as our brand new trucker hats. You have the Torn Floral hat in black and white, as well as the box logo hat in black and white. Lastly, we also have brand new wall flags, so you can hang them up in your garage, kitchen, bedroom, or wherever. This might be our only clothing drop of the year, so make sure to get yours before it's gone.
And now back to the video.
And this is just a normal PS4 controller. Scuf, you'll notice they have kind of a lot of like custom controller sizes. This is just a PS4 controller. This cost $190, then after shipping and tax, $207. So not much of a price difference. $1 more for the controller, $3 more after all the cost. That was the total cost, $207. However, this is the first big difference between the controller. I ordered this on March 9th of 2024 this year. Received it May 8th. So it takes a while to get a Battle Beaver controller. That's 2 months them making the controller and shipping it to you, and they're pretty behind. They give you like a link when you order. It's gonna take you 2 to 3 months to get it. I got kind of lucky getting mine in 2. So I got it May 8th. It is just about 2 months of using it. Haven't got near as much use out of it as I did my Scuf. because this lasted about 9 months, but I've still played a lot of games with it, specifically Call of Duty. Like I said, this is a PS4 controller, but different from the Scuf. What I added to this, I added a lot of stuff. First off, an addition for $9 was the case. Pretty high quality case. I mean, it fits your controller in there. You got a little carabiner there, and then, you know, good quality case. It's pretty sturdy, and that is included in the whole overall price. So that $207, that case is included in that. Next up, I added, instead of PS4 thumbsticks here, we have PS5 thumbsticks. Those were $4 a piece, so $8 of addition changing out the thumbsticks. These solid black buttons were $2.50 a piece. So the D-pad was $2.50. These buttons over here, $2.50. That's $5 you can save yourself there if you just keep the normal buttons. The big changes that really set this one apart for me is I got digital smart triggers. That's me pulling down my trigger. It's like a mouse click. You know, you probably can't hear it, but it sounds like a mouse click, and that's what it is. That's me pushing down my trigger, and then just for comparison, look at the difference in how far you're pushing down compared to just this. I thought I wouldn't really like this, but I actually really like it, especially for sniping. And you know, I've used normal guns too, and it still feels great. Once you get used to it, takes like a couple days. It just feels good. I love the digital smart triggers, and that it makes it kind of worth the wait for me, to be honest with you. That's not the last addition we have here. One thing I added was increased tension in my right thumbstick. I watched a video and a guy said he really liked this and he thinks it helps prevent any stick drift. So it's a little bit more tension on this thumbstick to push it around than the left one. The left one's just like a normal controller. This one, you can definitely feel it, but like I said, once you get used to it, your aim is perfectly fine. So that was a $16 add-on. And then similar to the triggers, I got smart buttons. So these buttons are like mouse clicks too, and it was like $10 a button. So that was a $40 add-on for the smart buttons. And then the last add-on was the 2 rear buttons. You get the option between 2 buttons or 4 buttons. I got 2, mainly because after using this one, I realized most of these are just gonna be your front buttons, and I didn't use the other 2 very often. One's like switching your weapons, the triangle, and the other is reloading. I was still using my thumb to reload and swap weapons. So all I have here is jump, and I play tactical, so this is my melee, but this will be your crouch if you don't play tactical. And those are 15 a piece per button, so that's $30. All these add-ons I just listed still made this just $3 more than the Scuf. The smart triggers, the tension, the smart buttons, the black buttons, and the rear buttons. And I mentioned the issues with the Scuf. The one issue, and it's not even really an issue, it doesn't affect my gameplay at all, but when I shake the controller, I hear something kind of rattling in there, and I assume that's not a great thing. And I don't really rage often. Like, I'm not throwing my controller, especially this thing costs $200. You think I'm throwing it? It shakes, and there's something rattling in there, but I haven't noticed anything wrong with the controller yet. So what I like more about the Battle Beaver than the Scuf is what you can add to it for the price. Like I said, I got a case, thumbsticks, smart triggers, increased tension, smart buttons, and the rear buttons, all for $3 more than the Scuf, which I only got the grip. Not even anything really with the controller, just the grip is what the big add-on was with the Scuf, and that was $17. So customization for the price, Battle Beaver, definitely better. Customization in terms of looks, Scuf has way more options. Battle Beaver, there's only a few options you can get of the controller, and I think it's just like the base PS4 controllers, like it's just red, black, blue, camo, white. With this, you can get all these custom, you know, skins. They make ones for the pro teams like Phase Optic, all that. So there is more customization there, and that's what Scuf is better with. But in terms of the actual controller, Battle Beaver's making a better controller for the price. Shipping wise though, like I said, week and a half shipping. You can't really beat that. That's about normal for anything. Or if you live in a big city, it might even come quicker. 2 months, you're gonna be waiting for it for a while. You might even forget you bought it by the time it shows up. But in my opinion, it has been worth it. This controller is really good, and I really do enjoy all the modifications that I have. Like, I don't think I'm going to be able to go back to playing normal triggers after playing digital triggers. And if you want, I can update you after 9 months, because that's kind of when the Scuf gave out on me. I started noticing issues with the sprint and the aim, because it's only been 2 months, so we got a while left for the Battle Beaver to catch up to the Scuf. But if you want the most modifications for your money, Battle Beaver is 100% the way to go. If you want a cooler design, Scuf is the way to go. If you want it quicker, Scuf is the way to go. And I think they both have a pretty similar warranty. It's like 2 months or something like that. At the end of the day, it's up to you. I think the Battle Beaver is way better for me, especially just the modifications you can do for the same price. It's really good. If you did all these modifications for the Scuf, you're looking probably close to $300. If you just want a Scuf because it's cool, you get some paddles, you can go for it. But like I said, I had issues with the sticks, and from what I researched, a lot of other people have issues with the sticks and stick drift, and they're not really easy to change by yourself. So that's the review on Battle Beaver versus Scuf. If you guys have any questions in the comments, I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. And I hope this helped you make the decision if you're thinking about buying one of these controllers.